everyone's getting massaged too, by the way.
Well, people, it's getting sad. We haven't had a live game in a while.
It is sad.
Preseason is
months
away, but we're gonna still keep on bringing news.
You know, actually,
What do you gotta say?
I saw something, and I don't know if there's any truth to it, but there's actually a football league that's coming out next year in March. It's not the XFL, but it's something different that's supposed to be in March.
I thought it was supposed to be this year.
No, it's this upcoming March that's coming out. If you guys can look it up, I forgot the name of the league, but it's not the minor league of football, but it's more of like an amateur football league, and it's supposed to run from March to like July. So it will keep everybody in tune with football. I just don't know the name of the league. But it's supposed to be sometime in March is when it's supposed to come out. And it's not affiliated whatsoever with the NFL, but there's going to be a lot of former players and guys who aren't really up to the NFL standards are going to be in this league. And I just can't... AAF, that's what it is, yes.
But there should be a league for people that want to go. How else are you going to keep yourself fit and everything?
Here's the problem with that, and I've been reading a lot about this, is they want, you got the NHL with the AHL, you got the MLB with the AAA system, the minor league system, and then you got basketball with the D-League, okay? Yeah. So you do have minor league for every sport except football. And the reason being, and I know you know the answer.
Because they have college. But
exactly.
The problem with college is...
Yeah.
NFL can talk to them, but they're still in school. We need an outlet where people, like baseball. Baseball, yeah, you have your college baseball, but baseball has a minor league. You need a minor league in football to train these people for the fast pace of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where you're a lot of injuries.
Where you don't need them like far away. Maybe like a couple like Buffalo. Look at Buffalo. We're the only team Buffalo Bills are the only team in New York.
Yeah.
The other two in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So you have plenty of room for these minor league teams, and you could have fans and people paying just to see this.
That's what I'm saying.
How many times do you see high school games filled to the max?
Oh, yeah.
But here's the problem with that, though. And I've been reading about it, and they say that if a new league were to come out for developmental, whether it's the D League, A League, or whatever you call it, and this thing comes out, say, the year 2020, okay? How many college kids do you think will go pro or amateur junior or sophomore year, and it could hurt the college system like that? Because everybody's going to say, well, I want to go pro. And if I'm going to, you're going to see hundreds of people trying to go pro.
Yeah.
And if they don't get drafted by the NFL, all right, so what? I'm going to the D-League. And that's fine for the D-League, but that's going to hurt college football. You're not going to see as many seniors in college bowl games anymore, which means it's going to hurt ratings, which means the games are going to suck.
We don't know that.
I'm just saying, in general,
just saying.
But not necessarily, but it could hurt them in the long run. The only thing is, I mean, has this all... Can we compare it to baseball or basketball or something like that?
No.
Where they have a D League like that? Because I understand the the big time of the NFL, but there are other hockey leagues and stuff like that, and the NHL is a pretty big sport and a pretty big system. I don't know as it would pull a whole lot of seniors out. It might pull some, but there are so many other leagues, professional leagues, the National Hockey League, MLB. Anything, Major League Basketball, or, professional
NBA.
Basketball,
right.
The NBA. So, all of these major things that have, D League or bottom league teams, minor league teams, or whatever you want to call them, I don't think it's a bad idea for the NFL to have it. I just don't know if... I don't know if there's a market yet. Maybe, but depending on when they run it.
Could the college system sue the NFL for doing something like that?
Well, they wouldn't be able to sue the NFL unless they were directly involved in it. They would have to sue the AAFL or whatever the hell that's called.
Well, the AAF has nothing to do with the NFL, just like how the XFL, which is coming out in 2 years, will have nothing to do with the NFL either, but that a lot of the players are going to go to that, and they're going to be like superstars of that league. I just don't see the NFL ever doing something like that. As much as I would love to see a developmental league, that would start to say, hey, you want to know what? Your starting quarterback got hurt. Just bring him up from, say, Rochester.
Right.
Look at basketball. Basketball wants to do a developmental league.
And they have
because they wanted, what?
They have it.
They have it now?
They have the D-League, yeah.
Okay, because they want to do with the whole college
Right.
thing.
It just started within the last couple years with the D-League. Baseball and hockey have been doing it for almost 100 years.
Yeah.
With that. And they have their own team for their minor league team, like the Buffalo Bisons. I know we're getting into different sports and whatnot,
Right.
but the Bisons have gone from Pittsburgh to Cleveland to now Toronto.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. The same thing with the Buffalo Sabres with hockey. They have Rochester Americans as their minor league affiliate. So if
Right.
somebody gets hurt, you just take the 90 right down and you
Right.
can play. If in football you have what's called the practice squad. And that's literally all you have.
Yep.
Somebody gets hurt, bring them up from the practice squad.
But you need a
Yeah.
developmental league, I think, for football now.
I think you do. That's just my opinion.
I think you do. And
You need.
and maybe,
All right, think
maybe
about
the
this.
AAF isn't the answer.
Think
We need
about this,
something.
guys. How many times do you see somebody get hurt and they're pulling the bottom of the barrel to get somebody? If you have a developmental league that's getting these people up to par,
Right,
Yeah.
with
you go,
players,
holy cow, this guy's playing here. Let me see if I can sign him.
Look at his numbers.
Yeah.
I can make a deal with this other team.
But did you know, and I didn't know this until last year, and boy, I'm a horrible football fan. Did you know that the practice squad, that you can pull anybody off of anyone's practice squad?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
because they're not on a real contract.
I think
so
that
they
is
pull-
unbelievable. So that, in other words, say Indianapolis has 6 guys on their practice squad, whether it be running back, quarterback, defensive line, whatever. The Bills,
Right. Right.
they have a cornerback that got hurt. They can look at the entire NFL and say, well, Indy's got a great cornerback that's in their practice squad. They can just pluck him right off their team and say, here you go, here's your contract. But you have to play a certain amount of games once you're off the practice squad. I think it's like 6 games.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful of who you want to get because you have to pay them.
Yep.
I didn't know that, and I thought that was very interesting what they can do.
Yeah.
So practice squad, very interesting.
That is a very interesting system.
I don't know.
But yeah, I agree that there needs to be a developmental league to get them prepared, because you see too many of them coming right out of college and they're not ready for the NFL experience, and they either get hurt or they flop on their on their face right away because they're just not quite ready. You have an AAF league that can handle developing them for a couple more years after they come out of college.
I think it's
just
great.
really hope Elliot, that you're not right, that it doesn't just start hurting juniors and seniors pulling
I think
out of
it will.
college, but
I think it will
we have
because
to hope it doesn't.
I mean,
But you
you're
don't
getting-
know unless you try.
Right, you're getting 20% of the entire college that they're putting themselves into they're putting themselves into the draft.
Right.
If these developmental leagues actually start up and actually are successful,
Mm-hmm.
then it's 20% is going to go to 40%. So that means half of the entire college football is going to enter the NFL draft, which means now there's only 7 rounds, 32 teams.
Right.
I can't do the math in my head of how many players. I think it's like 272,
Yeah, I was gonna
something
say,
like that. So 272, you got to think at least 500 people are going to enter in the NFL draft.
Yeah, but what about all those people that go home right afterwards and never play a day? Those people still want to play.
Yes, you have the undrafted
Yeah.
signings. Yes, you do.
So you've got another 250 or so slots where you can now put them in the developmental league and get them ready for the NFL. And if they flop there, well, then they're not ready at all.
There you go.
And they're not going to be good enough. But if they succeed there, then you can pull them up just like you could from your practice squad.
But those are ones that have declared for the draft and are seniors.
Right,
They can't go back to college.
right.
With these ones that are freshmen, sophomores, and juniors,
Yep.
yeah, they could go back to school. They could say, well, I'm going to declare for the draft. I'm going to try to go in.
Right.
And I don't get drafted, fine. I'll go back to school. I'll re-enter next year.
Yep.
But if there's a developmental league, why go back to college?
Yeah.
When,
You
okay,
can just
I
go
play
to
in
that
developmental
league,
league
yeah,
with the
yeah.
AAF. I'll play there for 2 years,
Right.
show what I got. There's going to be superstars there.
Mm-hmm.
Might play 2 years. Somebody sees me. Now I'm in the NFL. I didn't have to go 4 years of school. Well, there you go with the college football. Now you don't have those superstars.
Yeah.
All those
Okay.
those quarterbacks that were really good, like Cam Newton, Deshaun Watson, all those quarterbacks that actually played 3-4 years in college.
Right,
If
yeah.
that developmental
To get
league
that
was in there,
experience.
they might have went at year 2.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I'm just saying, it's just interesting. It's something that I've been reading and something I've been thinking about. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I'd love to see it because we're in that lull right now.
You're right.
We have free agency's over, draft is over, OTAs are coming up, and then you have that gigantic lull from May all the way to July of nothing.
Right.
What the hell are we going to talk about?
Right. If you put an AAF league out there, then we have something to talk
Hell,
about.
I would talk about that every week. I'd be like, yo, look, Baltimore beat San Francisco 36-24. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, former NFL player Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee he'll be in that league.
Oh yeah, because as soon as that opens up, there'll be a slot for him.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel too.
I'm just saying, there's going to be a lot of players that are going to be going into that league that we're going to be talking about next March.
First Defense Football. We will see you next week. I'm Joe Brown.
And I'm Elliot.
Let's roll. Peace out.